Hi, I'm Dr. Laurence Tham, and welcome to Living in Wellness. I'm one of the co-founders of The Wellness Guys, the #1 health podcast on iTunes. If you haven't checked us out, make sure you go and check myself and my co-host, Dr. Damien Christoph and Dr. Brett Hill on The Wellness Guys. Now, each week we give you tips and we take a topic on health and wellness and we talk about it, we debate about it, and we give you helpful information so that you can prepare your family in terms of health and wellness. Now, this week's episode, what we just done on episode number 20, and we've done this for 20 weeks now, this episode we thought we'd talk a little bit about how you can actually prepare and make sure you stay in wellness for the Christmas holidays. Now, I know Christmas holidays is a very stressful time, so we thought we'd give you some quick tips and hints on how you can stay well for you and your family. Because, I mean, let's face it, we're stressed, we're also have so much to do, and we're also worrying about whether to, in terms of the in-laws and the outlaws, you're just worried about all those people coming to your house, what you're going to need to do and prepare for, and you got your kids to deal with and buying presents, all these deadlines got to get done before you go on holiday. So everybody is stressed. And typically when you go to a Christmas dinner, you got tons and tons of food that you should know you shouldn't be eating, but you end up doing it anyways. Now, my whole goal is that for Christmas holidays, there's certain things you're going to be eating that you shouldn't be eating, and you will. I'm not saying that don't eat them, but let's give you some 5 top tips that we actually did from this particular episode on how you need to create sort of greater health for your family. And we did about more than 10 of them on the episode, so make sure you do go check that out for more tips. But here's the top 5 things that we talked about that I think is going to make sure that you and your family are going to get the best out of your Christmas holidays. Okay, tip number 1 comes from Dr. Damien Christoph. He talks about alcohol. And we all know that alcohol is not great for you, especially in excessive amounts. What we want to make sure is that if you have any chance or in the process of losing weight, you really shouldn't be having alcohol. And because the alcohol just really causes the body to store fat and actually create more problems for you. Now, obviously you're going to have 1 or 2 holiday drinks maybe. And if you are going to do that, make sure you hydrate yourself. Make sure you drink water. For every alcohol beverage you're going to have, make sure you drink a glass of water. That's going to really help your body balance. It's going to keep you hydrated and really going to keep you more healthier than drinking alcohol straight, one beer after another. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is making sure you eat healthy foods first. Let's think about this. There's going to be there's going to be some pies, and there's going to be turkey, and there's going to be stuffing, and there's going to be all these chippies and M&Ms and whatever stuff that you're going to have on your Christmas holidays in front of you, and you're going to need to decide whether I should eat this or not. So our suggestion is always eat healthy food first. So in the Christmas dinner plate, you're going to have a whole bunch of foods to choose from. Always eat the stuff that is healthier first, because they're going to be basically going to fill you up faster. They're actually going to be foods that sort of creates a hormone within your body to know when you're actually full. But if you eat a lot of the carbs type of foods, like the breads, the chips, those are the type of foods that your body takes a long time to process, and they really don't tell your brain that you're actually full. So you keep on eating it, and after about an hour, you start to realize how bloated you feel, how tired you are, and how full your stomach is. So our suggestion is eat the fruits and veggies first, or eat the proteins first. Eat the meat first, because that's where the protein really gives your brain to tell your brain to actually show you that there's something that you're actually full, so you wouldn't ingest as much food or more than you really should, because let's face it, we all have a tendency to eat a little bit more than we should during the Christmas holidays. The third tip is that you need to move. Now, typical Christmas holidays, whether you're in Canada or Australia or in America, typically you eat your dinner and you sit around and do nothing, or watch television, watch the cricket, watch the football, and you're going to be sitting there for hours watching these things, and you spend that time to talk, but you forget to move during the holidays. Just because there's a holiday away from work and you're actually going to take some time away from work doesn't mean that you should be taking a holiday from your health. So which means that you still need to move. So our suggestion is always go out and have 30 minutes a day, go outside and walk around. Make sure you actually go and exercise and move your body. And it's so important to make sure you move your body, but however, be very careful of doing things that you're not normally doing. So a lot of guys are going to typically go outside and kick a football. They're going to go play cricket, which they haven't done in over, maybe last Christmas. And they're going to pull something. If you don't stretch properly and you haven't moved all year, then it's probably not the best time to go play contact sport, right? So make sure you warm up properly, make sure you do things gradually, and maybe set up yourself for next year to make sure you do these things regularly so that you won't get hurt next year. So that's our third tip of the day for Christmas holidays is moving. The fourth one is obviously it's time for a break. Christmas holidays, it is a holiday. It's a time for move away from work, to really spend time with your family, with your kids, and also really spend time with yourself, to be able to take your mind away from all the hustle and bustle with regards to business and work and all the things that normally comes along with that during the year. Take that time to spend some time with your family. That 30 minutes a day we talked about? Why don't you go for a walk with your family? Go to the park, especially in Australia. It's beautiful sunshine. It's usually hot. We can go to the beach. We can go and play outdoors. For people in Canada and America who are listening to this, you'll be in snow. You can build snowmen, have snowball fights, go shovel the driveway. I sure don't miss that. But those are the things you can do with your families and make it fun, and make sure you take time away from your daily activities, because there's a great time to spend. And the fifth tip that we have for you is to make sure that you really take time to reflect for the new year, because in the new year it's new challenges, new goals to hit. And really for me, I spend the Christmas holidays a lot of times just to reflect on what I did accomplish this year. Oftentimes we focus on things we didn't accomplish, and those are all the negative stuff that comes along with it. I think you should acknowledge them, but you should also focus on things that you did accomplish that year, and then build from those successes and set specific goals that are measurable and also be able to achievable for you in 2012. So those are our top 5 tips in terms of keeping well, in terms of health and wellness for the Christmas holidays. I'm Dr. Laurence Tham. Please listen to us on The Wellness Guys at thewellnessguys.com. Check us out. We're the #1 podcast in Australia so far in terms of health, and so we're going to hit #1 in the world very soon. So come check us out, tell your friends about it, and like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And also, watch these videos to get more tips on your health and wellness for your family. I'm Dr. Laurence.